Hey guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to be doing a favorite books of 2019. So today I have 7 books to talk about. Yeah, I think it's 7. They're not in any particular order, but I am going to save my favorite book of the whole year for last. The first book I read on this list was After by Anna Todd. This book really got me back into reading, because before this year I would read one book a year. Like, it wasn't good, but this book actually really got me back into reading, and I love it. I love the storyline. The characters are very problematic, as you already know, but this book is I love the movie, love the book, can't wait for the second movie to come out next year. I'm still continuing on with this series, even though I realize how problematic it is, but I feel like I'm too invested deep into these characters that I have to continue it. But if you guys don't know what this book is about, it's about a girl named Tessa. She goes off to college, and she has a steady high school boyfriend back at home, but then her roommate Steph is friends with a guy named Hardin, and Hardin's a bad boy, has tattoos, piercings, all the good stuff. And something happens between them, and really problematic, but what can you do? What can you do? The second book I have on this list is Night. This book is really, really short, and it's a autobiography. And this book, I cried the first time I read it, and I've read it twice. I read it twice this year. I read it once with my mom, because everyone should read this book, I think. So I made her read it. I actually got this copy from the Holocaust Museum, and I will keep this forever and treasure it forever because, wow. But it's about this guy, and he was, he's Jewish, and he went to Auschwitz, and it tells all about his story with his dad and just trying to survive, and the details in here is just heartbreaking, and like I said, I cried, and it's just such a good book. I recommend it to everyone out there. Every single person should at least read this book once. Okay, the next book I have is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This book was magical. No pun intended. But this book, it really just I'm just at a loss of words when it comes to talking about Harry Potter. This book is very atmospheric, and I listened to the audiobook, and Jim Dale does such an amazing job. Kudos to him. This book, I gave it, 5 stars. There's really nothing bad to say about this book. It was so good, very, kept you drawn in the whole time. Sorry about the snaps. But this book was just absolutely amazing, and I'm still reading this series, and I still love it, and it's just amazing. The characters are amazing, the storyline's amazing, the writing's amazing. It's amazing, can you tell? The next book I have to talk about is How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow. This book is crazy, y'all. This book is about a girl named Tiger, and her mother dies. And it's always just been her and her mom against the world, and now with her mom gone, she has to navigate the world by herself. And this book, it really hit hard because it's always just been me and my mom too, and so I don't know what I would do if I ever lost her. And what really made this book super hard to read, this is a real story, this is a true story, so yeah, this was really hard. I'm in love with this cover. It's super good. Tabbed it up. This is when I first begin to annotate, so you could tell that the beginning of the book isn't annotated because well, I started in the middle of the book. But so I'm gonna have to read this again sometime and annotate the beginning. But yeah, this book is amazing. The cover is just so nice. The air just kicked on. I don't know if you could hear it. But this book was really hard hitting and really good. It's a good read. The next book I have to talk about is We Contain Multitudes. This is a male-male romance, and it's super cute, and it's so good. I've talked about this in one of my wrap-ups. I think all of these books have been in my wrap-ups. But this book is told in letters because they both have the same English teacher. So their assignment is that they have to write to each other, and they end up developing this really good friendship that ends up leading to something more, and it's like super cute. And I really enjoy the letters, but even though that they're high school students, I think one of the boys is a senior and the other is a sophomore, if my memory is right. Even though that they're high school students, they sound like intellectuals. They talk at a higher level of speaking, and I didn't really mind that at all. I know that might be like a little of a deal breaker, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that aspect. It added more character. It added more character to the book, and I really enjoyed that. This book was so good. I recommend all these books. What the heck? And yeah, it was such a good read. Okay, so the next book I have to talk about, I think, is everyone knows by now, and that is Wine Roboo by Casey McQuiston. This book is amazing. The heck? This book is about the first son of the first female president of the United States, named Alex, and then the Prince Henry. And they hate each other. They absolutely despise each other. They can't stand each other. But, that changes when an event happens and they have to act like BFFs, even though that they hate each other. But then, it develops to something more, and it's super cute. And Henry is just, we need to protect him at all costs. That's the bottom line. Henry is so cute, and Alex is amazing. The story is amazing. I loved it. The romance and guys, this book was good. It's worth all the hype, and wow. And the cover, and it's like a floppy paperback, so no creases on the spine, and it's just so good. And I'm like, guys, this was a good read. This was like a good week spent reading this, and I need to read this again. Now, the next book is Pucked, and this book, it made this list because it was so sweet, it was so good, and it had some good smut I haven't read since Wattpad days, and it was super good. I recently just got into hockey in November, and I really wanted something I could connect with, so I could connect that to hockey, so it's a weird circle. And so I picked up this book, and it did not disappoint. It had this was just in my wrap-up I posted a while ago. When I'm filming this, it's not posted yet, but I already posted it by the time this one comes up. But this book was amazing. Rom-com, made me laugh. I loved it. It was so good. The characters were so good, and I'm just so excited. And I know the first, the first 3 are different standalones, and then the 4th one in the series connects with this one. And then I think the 5th one's a standalone, and then maybe the 6th one connects with the 3rd one. I don't know. They connect in different ways, but they're all kind of standalone. I don't know. I have to research that more. But I already bought the 2nd book, and I'm gonna be reading that hopefully this month. Guys, that book was just so good. I read it in 5 days, and that's pretty fast for me. So wow, that book was good. Now, are you guys ready for me to gush over my favorite book of the year? Because this book had me in tears, and when I tell you tears, I mean I was bawling the whole time I was reading this book. And this book is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This book, I don't think there's literally anything bad you could say about this book. This book is just, it's wholesome, and it's beautiful. Not only the cover, but the story. Can we take a look at that cover? Wow. Okay, so if y'all don't know, this book takes place in a world where you get a phone call on the day you die. So both Rufus and Mateo got a phone call, and so there's this app called Last Friends, and you download it and you can make your last friend on the day you're gonna die. And so they both meet up, and it's a super sweet friendship, because Rufus is just trying, because some bad stuff happened to him, so he's trying not to think about it on his last day. He's just trying to live. And Mateo, he's so shy. He's in his bubble most of the time, but when he meets Rufus, Rufus allows him to be himself, and I just think that's beautiful. And these characters are just, they're wholesome. There's no other way to describe it, and they shouldn't have died, but they did, and it was just so good. And I tabbed this baby up. It was, can I say, how many times can I say it was good? Because it was. I gave this book 5 stars, obviously. Wow, I recently did a book report on this book, and I'm really happy the way it turned out. And wow, this book is just, I'm speechless. I am truly, truly speechless over this book. Anyway, I felt like this video took way too long, but those were all my favorite books of 2019. The year's still not over yet, so who knows what'll happen, but I guess you guys have to see in my December wrap-up. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.